If you're a poor, you're going to want to watch this entire video. Every second, every word, because I pretty much just figured out sports betting. All of it. Especially tonight's Monday Night Football game between the Dallas Cowboys and Los Angeles Chargers. But first, if this is your first time watching this channel, subscribe now. Just do it. It takes 2 seconds. While you're doing that, we're going to get right into it. My grandfather always said, when you have a bet that has no chance of losing, don't keep that shit to yourself. Tell your friends. It's a weird thing to say to an 8-year-old, but it doesn't make it false. It's actually truer today than it's ever been. You know what else is true? Austin Ekeler is back tonight. Smartest thing we can do right now is take his 60-plus rushing yards plus 130 at DraftKings. This is the gift of all gifts. I don't know what's going on with the people at DraftKings, but this is a customer appreciation line if I've ever seen one. I thought it was a first half line at first, but I checked and it's for the full game. Here's the thing. This guy hasn't even played since week 1, so maybe the books forgot that he's filthy. We're talking filthy. In week 1, Ekeler went for 117 yards on just 16 carries. That's Madden type numbers. I get that he's playing the Cowboys tonight, but do we even know if they're good at defending the run? Especially when there's a threat of a pass. I mean, look who they've played. Danny Dimes, Zach Wilson, Joshua Dobbs, Mac Jones. What the hell are those guys gonna do? Of course they're going to run the ball, or at least try. The Cowboys were able to sell out on all of those teams. But look what happened when they ran into a real offense last week. The Cowboys gave up 170 yards on the ground to the 49ers. Now they're supposed to stop the Chargers and Justin Herbert without Leighton Vander Esch? That's ridiculous. On top of that, they're facing their old offensive coordinator in a revenge spot, and he's coming off a bye week. This is child's play. We can't stop at one bet though. We need more. It's Monday night. We only get so many of these nights in our lives. Why waste one by not packing a gambling card full of bets that have no chance of losing? It just makes sense if you think about it. You know what else makes sense? Jake Ferguson, 40 plus receiving yards, plus 112 at FanDuel. What are these people even doing? It's like they don't even watch football. This guy was on his way to one of the greatest games a tight end has ever played. But then the Cowboys had to call up the dogs because they were getting curb stomped by the 49ers last week. That's not going to happen tonight. But do you know what Jake Ferguson did after that loss? While most people would have been at home crying because they got embarrassed on national TV, Jake Ferguson was up texting Dak Prescott. He literally texted him and told him that he would run through a brick wall for him. That's called keeping it real. He's probably going to get 10 plus targets just for that text alone. Guaranteed. Probably. But here's the thing. Dak already liked this guy. In the 2 games before that San Francisco beatdown, Ferguson saw 7 targets in both games. He went 40 plus in each of those things. If that wasn't enough, the Chargers give it up to tight ends like it's their job. TJ Hawkinson went 8 for 78 against these guys. Hell, Durham Smythe went 3 for 44 on him. I don't even think that's a real person. Sounds like an insurance firm for rich people. All I'm saying is, the Chargers give it up to tight ends, which is why I'm not stopping at yards. Why not go 5 plus receptions plus 142 at FanDuel? That way, if we get one of those tight end screens or just a bunch of short shit that doesn't work, we're still good. We already said this guy had 7 targets in 2 of his last 3 games. He can get this pretty easy. On top of that, I think this is going to be a pretty competitive game, so we should see throwing by both teams all the way through this thing. This could easily be the greatest night of our lives. I'll see you guys for the live stream later.